All right. Ever imagine yourself as the voice of a whole company, shaping perceptions, crafting narratives?
Oh, absolutely.
Today, we're diving deep into the world of a public relations officer
Okay.
with RoleCatcher as our guide.
Right.
And let me tell you, this isn't your average job description.
Yeah, who's into him?
Not at all.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump right in.
Okay.
So
It's good.
what does a public relations officer actually do,
Now,
according to RoleCatcher?
like, what's fascinating is how RoleCatcher hones in on that strategic core of PR.
Yeah.
It's not just about getting good press right.
Mm-hmm.
It's about crafting the public's very understanding of an organization.
Okay, so it's strategic,
Mhm.
but what does that actually mean for your day-to-day?
Right.
RoleCatcher breaks down the nitty-gritty.
It does.
And honestly, some of it is pretty unexpected.
Yeah, you're right. It's
Yeah.
a lot more dynamic than I think people realize.
Really?
Yeah, you're developing those communication plans for sure.
Yeah.
Creating materials, but also managing relationships with all sorts of stakeholders.
Wow.
They even highlight crisis situations as a regular part of the job.
Now that's what I call exciting.
Right.
Speaking of getting your hands dirty, RoleCatcher maps out a clear career progression for aspiring PR officers.
They do.
Entry-level junior, senior, all the way to manager, director, and even VP or chief communications officer. They've got it all laid out.
They really do. And what really struck me is how RoleCatcher demonstrates that evolution of responsibility as you climb that ladder.
Okay.
You might start by drafting press releases.
Right.
But eventually, you're the one shaping the entire PR strategy for an organization.
For a whole organization.
Yeah, and they even use example profiles to illustrate this.
Oh, it's interesting.
Like a junior PR officer who is already building relationships with media contacts and implementing their own strategies.
So you can kind of hit the ground running.
You really can.
That's a great point. It
Yeah.
seems like there's a lot of room for growth and taking on more responsibility quickly in this field.
Absolutely.
So for someone who's ready to dive headfirst into the world of PR,
Okay.
what are some of the essential skills that RoleCatcher highlights?
So they cover all the expected ones, of course, communication, persuasion, critical thinking.
Right.
But one that really jumped out at me was this emphasis on social perceptiveness.
Social perceptiveness. What does that even mean?
Yeah, it's not just about crafting the message, right?
Okay.
It's about understanding your audience and adapting your approach to connect with them effectively.
So it's like reading the room, but on a much larger scale.
Exactly.
It sounds like active listening is crucial in this role,
It really is.
not just being a smooth talker.
Precisely. RoleCatcher emphasizes that you need to really listen to your clients,
Yeah.
understand their needs and concerns,
Okay.
and be receptive to feedback.
Gotcha.
It's about building those genuine connections and establishing trust.
Which makes sense because at the end of the day, PR is all about building and maintaining relationships, right? It really is, yeah.
But let's be real.
Okay.
Landing that dream PR job means conquering the dreaded interview process.
Oh, the interviews.
And thankfully, RoleCatcher doesn't leave us hanging.
No, they don't.
They provide some seriously insightful sample interview questions.
They do.
These aren't your generic run-of-the-mill questions either.
No.
They delve into the nuances of PR
Right.
and really challenge you to think critically about your approach.
I think that's so important
Yeah.
for this field, especially.
For instance, one question that caught my eye was, how do you measure the success of a PR campaign?
Oh, that's a good one.
It's not as simple as counting media mentions, is it?
It's so much more than that.
Right.
It really is.
What does RoleCatcher suggest?
Well, they encourage you to think beyond those basic metrics and consider the bigger picture.
Like what?
It's about the impact on brand perception,
Okay.
stakeholder engagement, and achieving the overall objectives of the campaign, right? Because a successful campaign isn't just about visibility.
No, it's not.
It's about achieving specific goals
Yes.
and making a real impact.
Exactly.
Now, I have to ask about another question that piqued my interest.
Okay, what's that?
How do you handle a negative PR situation?
Ooh, good one.
That seems like something every PR professional should be prepared for.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You gotta be ready.
So what do they say?
Well, that question is designed to assess your crisis communication skills,
Okay.
your composure under pressure,
Boy.
your strategic mindset, and your ability to mitigate damage while protecting the organization's reputation.
It sounds like thinking on your feet and staying calm under pressure are crucial skills
Essential.
for anyone in PR.
Absolutely.
I'm sure RoleCatcher has even more gems to uncover when it comes to interview prep.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, so we've talked about the skills and the mindset needed to succeed in PR.
Yeah.
But RoleCatcher doesn't stop there.
No, they don't.
They delve into that nitty-gritty of interview prep,
Okay.
offering up some seriously insightful sample questions.
Like what?
One that really stood out to me was, can you give an example of a successful PR campaign you developed for a nonprofit organization?
Oh, interesting.
It makes you realize that PR isn't just for big corporations.
Right.
It's about making a difference in all sorts of sectors.
Absolutely. And that question is brilliant
Yeah.
because it forces you to showcase not only your experience,
Right.
but also your understanding of the unique challenges faced by nonprofits.
Okay.
It's a chance to demonstrate your strategic thinking
Ah.
and ability to achieve results with potentially limited resources.
It's like a mini case study right there in the interview.
Exactly.
That shows how you can take your skills and adapt them to different environments.
To different situations, different clients. Yeah.
RoleCatcher also highlights the importance of continuous learning
Yes.
in the ever-evolving world of PR.
Why, of course.
They emphasize that staying updated isn't just about reading industry blogs. It's about actively engaging with the field.
It really is. And what I found particularly valuable was their recommendation to join professional organizations.
Oh, okay.
Like the Public Relations Society of America.
Okay.
Or PRSA.
PRSA, got it.
It's a fantastic way to connect with other professionals, stay informed about the latest trends, and even pursue certifications to boost your credibility.
So it's about surrounding yourself with people who are just as passionate about PR as you are.
Absolutely.
Networking, learning from the best, and constantly refining your craft.
Precisely. RoleCatcher emphasizes that the PR landscape is constantly evolving.
It is.
Especially with the rise of social media and digital communication.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Staying ahead of the curve is essential.
So true.
For success.
Speaking of evolving,
Yeah.
RoleCatcher doesn't just prepare you for landing that first PR job. They offer insights into navigating your entire career path.
Your whole trajectory.
One thing they highlight is how the way you work with internal stakeholders changes as you move up the ladder.
Oh, that's a really good point.
Right.
Yeah, because that's where a question like, how do you work with internal stakeholders to ensure PR efforts align with business objectives? That becomes incredibly relevant as you take on more senior roles.
Right.
Collaboration and communication with other departments become absolutely crucial.
It's like you become the bridge between an organization's internal workings and its public face.
Exactly.
Making sure everyone's on the same page and working towards the same goal.
You've hit the nail on the head.
Really?
It's about building consensus, managing expectations, and ensuring that all communication efforts are aligned and working in harmony.
In harmony. I like that.
RoleCatcher really drives home the point that effective PR requires a deep understanding of the organization as a whole.
This deep dive has been eye-opening.
It really has.
RoleCatcher provides a treasure trove of tools and resources for anyone looking to break into the world of PR.
For sure.
Or even seasoned professionals looking to level up their game.
Absolutely.
But I'm curious, beyond the skills, the experience, the knowledge. What do you think is the most important ingredient for someone to truly thrive in this field?
That's a fantastic question.
Yeah.
I'd say it boils down to passion.
Passion.
Genuine enthusiasm for building relationships, for understanding different perspectives, and for shaping public perception, because at its core, PR is about connecting with people and conveying information in a way that resonates and inspires action.
I love that.
Yeah.
So in addition to all the practical advice RoleCatcher offers, remember to bring your authentic self to the table, your enthusiasm and your desire to make a real difference. It sounds like those qualities can be just as valuable as any technical skill.
Absolutely. Your passion will shine through in your work, in your interactions with clients and colleagues, and ultimately in the impact you make.
This has been an incredible exploration of the world of PR.
It really has.
With RoleCatcher as our guide.
They're a great resource.
But before we wrap up this deep dive, there's one more crucial aspect we need to touch upon.
What's that?
The diverse career paths available in this dynamic field. So we've uncovered the skills, the mindset, even the interview secrets.
Right.
But what I find really exciting is how RoleCatcher highlights the sheer variety of career paths within PR.
It's not a one-size-fits-all field, is it? And that's what RoleCatcher really drives home. You could be climbing that corporate ladder, becoming the voice of a major company.
Yeah.
Or maybe agency life is more your style, juggling multiple clients and projects.
Right.
And then there's the entrepreneurial route, starting your own PR firm and building something from the ground up.
Talk about options. It seems like no 2 days would ever be the same.
Exactly. It's so dynamic.
But that probably means you need a pretty diverse skill set.
You're absolutely right. RoleCatcher emphasizes the importance of understanding different communication channels.
Yeah.
Traditional media, social media, even internal communications within an organization.
So it's not just about knowing how to write a press release.
No, you need to be adaptable. Tailor your message to each specific audience.
So it's not just about being a great writer, it's about being a strategic communicator, understanding the nuances of different platforms and formats.
Exactly. And what's really fascinating is how RoleCatcher emphasizes that the skills you develop as a PR professional are transferable.
Yeah.
To a wide range of industries. You're not pigeonholed into one specific sector.
Interesting.
Your understanding of messaging strategy and audience engagement is valuable across the board.
That's really empowering to know.
It is.
So it's not just about landing a PR job. It's about opening doors to a whole world of possibility.
You got it.
But I have to ask, with all this information, all these insights, what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from this deep dive?
Honestly, it's the power of communication and the impact a skilled PR professional can have. Whether you're shaping public perception, managing a crisis, or simply telling a compelling story, the ability to connect with people through words is invaluable.
It's about being that bridge between an organization and the world building, understanding and fostering meaningful relationships.
Precisely. And RoleCatcher gives you the tools and the roadmap to embark on that journey.
That's awesome.
So if you're passionate about communication, about making a difference, and you're ready to embrace a challenging and rewarding career, then the world of PR is waiting for you.
This deep dive has been an incredible journey, and a huge thank you to RoleCatcher for providing such insightful guidance. To our listeners, we hope this has sparked your curiosity and maybe even ignited a passion for the ever-evolving world of public relations. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep diving deep.